Just
All
going
right,
right now.
we're going. We're live. First episode here.
All right, guys, welcome to Full Time Fantasy. We got our crew here 4 out of 5. John, Sam, Ken, Tom. Derek not joining us tonight, but we are glad to get our first episode going and uploaded. Some things we're going to talk about today. Some Week 8 previews. All the big games, matchups, who's going to play well, who not to play well. Maybe run down some of the Week 7 games, some reactions we got. Then we're going to take a look at some weekly rankings. Maybe some guys may have big weeks, yada yada, get into that. And then, fuck it, start over.
Dude, no, fine.
No, we're good,
You're
dude.
doing
Yeah.
good, dude. You're doing
Yeah,
good.
Episode
was-
one. That was perfect.
Yeah, you
no,
gotta
dude.
start it over.
No,
Just kidding.
John, we're good. We're good.
Oh, wait, can you
Yeah.
cut that?
Yeah, I can cut it out, but we don't need to. We're good.
Just get into it.
It's episode one.
You're doing good, dude.
All right.
Episode one.
and
We're
I
good.
started to laugh, so I forget what I was going to say.
It's all good. So, I mean, we're
Alright.
kind of coming into this midway through the year.
Week
You know,
week 7, week 8.
Week 8. So, any overall thoughts how the season's going? Kind of. Just-
Well, I'll say as a Pats fan, not good. I know Ken
Yeah.
will agree with that.
Yeah. I wish that we would rather it's great to see a good win against the Bills, but you got to kind of look at it from a long-term perspective here. I don't think Mac Jones is the guy. I don't think he's the guy for the Patriots. I don't think he's a guy for really anybody.
Is Bill
So
the
I
guy?
think, I think Bill's still the guy.
Bill's
I
the
think I heard
Well,
a
how
lot of
about-
rumors about some people wanting to get rid of him. I just think that a guy that has brought so many championships to the city and obviously one of the best defensive coaches of all time, I think keeping him around obviously is going to be the best for the future.
I mean,
Keep
how
him
about
around, but maybe not as a head coach, no?
I feel the opposite. I don't think he's the greatest GM, but how about how weird it was when during the Bills game they announced they extended him in the offseason and just came out.
Yeah, that was
He
weird.
got extended?
Yeah.
They literally
It's
announced
a
it during the
mystery
Bills
deal.
game. Yeah, they don't know the money, the years, anything, and they announced it mid Bills game. They did it months ago.
Yeah.
So
Yep. So, yeah. So, I mean, I guess that was kind of the big upset of last week. I mean, 49ers going down again. It's kind of,
Yeah, you kind of
that
see that
was-
one coming in a weird way.
yeah.
Purdy
none of
just
us did.
looked
We
like
all
he's-
we all picked the Niners, but
Yeah.
Purdy just not looking like himself. The
Is
fourth
there
quarter.
a question about the value of Deebo Samuel on the 49ers and that offense?
I mean,
Obviously, I know
I'd
they have
say
Ayuk.
he's a pretty integral part there.
Obviously, they have Ayuk, who's a good weapon. They have CMC, who's the best offensive player in the league. I think a lot of people would agree.
yeah,
Um,
no doubt. I think.
But I think Debo, just the way that he can run the ball, you can put him in the backfield, you can line him up in the slot, you can line him up outside. Just him being out there is, even if he doesn't get the ball, he's still someone that the defense really has to key in on.
He's always blocking. He's just,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Always motioning.
yeah.
One of the guys you got a game plan for, and if he's not in a lineup that just takes away one weapon, you can key in more on CMC or Ayuk or even Kittle for that matter.
Right.
No
And
Trent
then also-
Williams either.
Yeah.
Right,
that-
exactly.
yeah.
That's another big point. But that just
Against the Vikings, who blitz the most in the league,
yeah,
like
it's just
that's gonna take a hit there.
like it's no
um,
knock on Purdy, but it exposes him more when he's. I'm not gonna say he's a product to where he is, but because I think he's a really good quarterback. But when you take away one of his big weapons, then it's kind of tougher to adjust. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
seemed like
And-
they had a lot of injuries kind of in their defense, kind of popping up a little bit too. I know Fred Warner was a little banged up.
Yeah.
A couple other guys, I don't really remember who they were, but I think one of their D linemen,
I
maybe
think
Hargrave,
Drake Greenlaw got hurt, didn't he?
Greenlaw, Greenlaw, it was Greenlaw, yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of, I mean, I guess looking to next week, looking at the schedule, that might be the biggest game is Bengals at 49ers. I mean,
It's a big one.
Bengals coming off a bye, Burrow looking better the last couple weeks.
He's looking a little more healthy.
Like, what are we thinking?
I
mean-
Bengals could take that game.
You know what I'm thinking is they should flex out the Bears Chargers on Sunday night and make that the Sunday night game.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know what's going on with
Oh,
that.
Jesus.
yeah.
That's a brutal one.
And then,
the Bears should not
and
be
then
on prime
Vegas and Detroit on Monday
Oh,
night.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've
Tough.
gotten these primetime games wrong, huh?
And then see tomorrow night's game is
I actually
Tampa
liked-
Buffalo.
I actually like that game.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be a
Really?
bad game.
I like the Bucks this year, even though they just had a horrendous loss.
Yeah.
I
And
think
I don't
they're
think they're
my
good.
they're my
Hey.
survivor pool team. I know I'm out.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Against the
Yeah.
Falcons.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I lost like week 2. I forget who I picked, but I think I picked the Cowboys against the Cardinals, and
That's
Yeah.
tough.
they
It's a
lost.
tough one.
We all know who that went, but all right. So, do we want to start with that then? Tampa, Buffalo. Who do we like fantasy wise? What players in that game? Who do we not like?
Well, I'll tell you one from personal. Having Dalton Kincaid on my team,
Yeah,
uh,
for dynasty. For dynasty.
oh,
Yep.
especially dynasty purposes,
Yep.
but Dawson Knox just electing to have wrist surgery. That makes him, I think, the definitive third option in that offense. We already saw it last week, 8 for 75?
Yeah,
So
big
I
game
think he's
for
going to
him.
get more looks. And especially, Knox was getting a bunch of red zone looks all year for no reason. Like, no one wanted who has Dawson Knox on the team. You know what I mean? So, like, I think
Yeah, I mean,
Kincaid.
Dawson Knox is a solid tight end, but I mean,
Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know how many people are starting Dawson Knox. And
no.
I'm sure a lot of guys picked up Kincaid before the year. First round tight end to the Bills, thinking he'd be
Knox?
something. And
Knox had that one really good year
Yeah,
2 years ago. Then he got paid. I'm pretty sure. He's done nothing since.
yeah.
Nothing.
Maybe one
Yeah.
of those guys that's just like good football player, not really stat sheet guy.
yeah. So what are we thinking about this Buffalo offense? I mean,
Um,
not playing great.
It's been interesting.
It's been all Diggs. It's been Diggs or nothing. Cook's been
Because-
all right running the
because
ball, but
because
they
2
haven't
weeks
been
ago,
haven't
when
really
we-
opened the running game.
yeah,
One thing that'll be interesting to see is I know last week the Tampa Bay let up 156 rush yards. So I was curious to see if that trend kind of continues, giving it to James Cook, giving it to Latavius Murray. I know
Jimmy
Latavius
Cooks.
Murray kind of eats up those goal line carries, but
Jimmy
Yeah, I
Cooks, baby. Pretty good game, Ken, huh?
Jimmy Cooks.
did I say Jimmy Cooks?
No, I'm calling him Jimmy Cooks.
Why? Why?
James Cooks.
James Cook.
Jimmy.
James Cooks. Jimmy Cooks.
I like it. I like. I can get behind that.
Jimmy Cooks. Hey, maybe the first nickname we're coming up with on Full Time Fantasy.
Yeah, Jimmy Cooks. All right,
Like
I
that.
like it. But what about Gabe Davis? I mean, we know he's boom or bust, but
He is the king of boomer bust.
boom
Like,
or bust, man.
He's-
when you think of boomer
he's one of
bust, it's
those-
the first person that comes to your mind.
One of
Yeah,
those guys that's just frustrating to have. I remember having him last year, took him early, never would play well, and then I'd sit him, and he was game against the Steelers, first play of the game, like a 99-yard touchdown.
yeah,
5 minutes later, 50-yard touchdown.
He's
Yeah.
good for a 99-yarder every once in a while.
If you
Yeah,
can pick
and
the
then-
week, if you can magically pick the week where he, goes off, then, he's great to have in your lineup. I know early on in the year he was scoring a lot of touchdowns. Doesn't really seem like that's going to be a trend that can kind of continue. I don't think a lot of us really expected that to be something that could continue, but
yeah.
You know what
I
I-
feel like that's just their team in general this year. I mean, 2 weeks ago, we were sitting here thinking that the Bills, kings of the AFC. Now, 2 weeks later, they almost lose to the Giants, and they lost a bad one to the Pats. Now you're like, okay.
And the Jaguars.
And the Jaguars, right. And now you're like, okay.
Well,
But in 2
credit to-
weeks, then we can be sitting here again and be like, okay, maybe they are. They were the
Yeah.
best team, but
You
Yeah,
can
I
just
mean,
never count out Josh Allen, but
be a big bounce back game for them for sure.
yeah, big
I mean,
time. Prime
I'll give
time
credit to the
game.
Jaguars. I think they're one of the better AFC teams, but that Giants game they really should have lost, and I don't know how the Pats honestly won that game. Just playing spoiler.
Yeah. Hey, that's
AFC
it's
kind
all
of
you
looks
guys
like a
got.
flip again.
I
Kinda
mean,
looks
as
like a
far
coin
as
flip.
It's the Chiefs, I think. Chiefs are
I like
still
those
running
Ravens,
it.
man. I like those Ravens.
I think it's the same
Ravens-
thing
I don't
every
know.
year with
Ravens
the
are a good
Ravens.
team.
Though they'll have a
I
few
also like the
weeks where
Bengals coming through again. They're gonna
Yeah,
do
I
it.
think
I think the Bengals
gonna
are
win
going to
the
still
AFC
win the
Championship.
division. I think the Bengals still win the division, but
that division's tough, man. Like all 4 teams could get in.
yeah, I mean the Steelers are looking good too. Deontay's back.
Yeah,
The
honestly.
offense, Pickett looks better.
That'll be one of the better games we can get to after the Jags Steelers.
Yeah,
That's one of the better games of the week.
absolutely.
But
Um,
as far as the
Got
Bucs,
Kareem over on the field goal, huh?
oh,
yeah,
yeah.
no kidding.
you know I love a good over field goal, Sammy.
Yeah.
As
You
far as
know
the
it.
Bucks, do we think the Bucks are dead? The South? I mean, I think that division's wide open. But
No, they're
No, definitely not.
that division winner to me 9-8.
yeah,
could
if
be-
that 8 and 9 maybe.
Sure, 8-9.
Dude, all those
They're
teams are tough watches.
yeah, brutal.
Saints are a tough watch for
The
Saints
sure.
Saints
are
are a tough watch.
brutal to
I can't
watch.
watch the
They're the
Saints.
Chris,
Packers, man.
Chris Olave with little speeding ticket. I mean,
Yeah, what do we think about that?
Olave
Is he
Living
and
gonna
Henry
play
behind
for the
Ruggs
Bills?
bars.
being crazy. I saw
Yeah.
Is he gonna play?
Henry Ruggs and Chris Olave are being driven crazy by Derek Carr. I heard.
Mm.
So
I saw that.
That's great.
Do we? What was I gonna say about Olave? Did you guys see the clip where he's like, "Come on, man, I'm on the Saints," and the cops like, "I don't care."
I saw that same, I
What's
saw
that
that
to
same,
do?
saw that same video last year, but it was Hollywood Brown.
Is it?
Oh,
I
really?
didn't
He
know.
got arrested
Hollywood
too?
Brown had the same thing happen to him last year.
I
Oh
didn't know
man.
I'm on the Cardinals.
Yeah, he's like,
that.
I'm on the Cardinals. I'm going to the game right now or something like that. And the guy was like,
Didn't
don't care.
remember the offseason, Jordan Addison was going like 140,
Yes,
and
yes, I did
then
see.
it came out his dog was having like a
Oh, that's
medical
right.
Oh
emergency.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He's driving his dog to the hospital.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Well, Olave was going 70-30.
What do you do in that situation? Do you like, let's say, like, you actually got to get to like the hospital for someone, or like, are
I
you
don't know.
actually like pumping that?
If it's that big, if it's that big of a deal, I think like you gotta do what you gotta
Yeah, but
do.
then you get
Yeah.
stopped, and you're like, oh, now I got to stop, so now I'm in even bigger trouble. Like,
It's true.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't know.
know. I don't
I
know.
think
I
yeah,
mean,
just go as
Let
fast
I
as
the
you
think you
can.
just
adrenaline
got to
take
go.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go. But Tampa, I mean, the only real they got what, four fantasy plays. You got obviously Godwin and Evans.
No, I will say they've surprised me this year with Baker. I was not high on them coming in.
But I mean, no one's really like you can put him in if you got a bye week, you know.
I
But
think, I mean,
Superflex might be
Evans
some
been
value.
putting up numbers. I think the Bills' defense has been really depleted lately. Like the Giants, even though they didn't put up many points, were moving the ball. Pats were moving the ball. The Jags
wait,
been moving the ball against them. I don't see why the Bucks can't move the ball.
we
Even
have
without
do
a
we
run.
have no bye weeks this week?
No, there's got to be
There's
some,
bye
right?
weeks.
I'm counting 16 games in the schedule.
No, I think you're right, Tom.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, you're right, Tom.
So I
Sweet.
guess I mean
Let's go.
you got to expect Baker's probably outside the top 12 this week
Oh
fantasy.
yeah,
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
So I mean, with everyone playing, he's not really. But I think Rashad White's the only other guy that maybe you play him, maybe you don't. But
yeah.
I mean, he's got to be. He's
I
gonna
think he's got
got to
some good
play. He'll
flex
be at
consideration.
least a flex option, right?
Yeah, good
Yeah,
flex consideration for sure. RB2 maybe.
I think
Yeah.
looking at Evans, I think Evans is for sure mid to high end receiver 2 this week. I'd say Godwin low end receiver 2, maybe high end 3. So I
Yeah.
think those are two guys you could feel comfortable putting in your lineup, depending
Yeah.
on your team and league settings and all that.
Can I
Yeah.
pose a question here?
Sure, please.
Um, surprise team. What's your surprise? John's making me laugh. What's your surprise team? Whether they're good or bad this year, or just okay. Who's your surprise
Like
team?
who we surprised about right
Yeah,
now?
for any reason. No, for this year, so far, 7 weeks.
Let me
I
look
think
here.
my surprise team is Houston Texans.
Love that, Ken.
Yeah,
It's my team.
I thought that they're going to go into this upcoming year with a rookie quarterback in Stroud and some young pieces on defense, young receivers, and kind of be not terrible. I didn't think they'd be 3-3 after 7 weeks coming out of their bye week now. I think they got a good matchup this week as well with the Panthers, so hopefully they can go to 3-4
I
and
think
or 4-3, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
and they could be right atop of that division.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Interesting
even
division.
the Panthers are surprising. Like I knew they wouldn't be good, but I didn't think they'd be this bad. I didn't think they'd be the worst team through 6 weeks.
Bad
Yeah.
teams. No.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
they got
Thielen's great.
nobody. I mean, Thielen's had a great year, but
Yeah,
outside of that,
He's
it's
really
been
come out of
really
nowhere.
sad.
Bryce Young's kind of starting to figure it out a little bit though, which is
Hmm.
always
Yeah,
nice to see on
but
my
Yep.
I
end too.
mean, too early to
Yeah,
tell. But I wonder if they're
he's
going
got
to
a
be
lot of
kicking
tools.
themselves for not taking Stroud.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Jets, just considering what after Rodgers went down. Like they've had a I don't know strength of schedule for sure,
What
but
a
it's got to
gauntlet
be
though.
one of the best schedules played so far. Bills, Cowboys, Chiefs, and Eagles. They're 3-3. Like, don't
Zach
your
Wilson playing a little
Zach
better.
Wilson. Like, I mean, that's surprising. And I
Not
think
lighting up the box score, but
They're
Yeah.
getting wins.
No, but they're getting wins against,
Looking all right.
good teams. I mean, Bills and Eagles, that's two no-joke wins right there.
Hey, let's
And
let's
I'd say
talk about.
Pittsburgh at 4-2 is,
Yeah,
They
that's
find a
Mike
way,
Tomlin.
man.
yeah,
They find a way.
That's
Another team that
that's T.J. Watt and Mike Tomlin right there.
yeah.
another team I feel like is right now they're 3-4. They're kind of middle of the pack, but they're doing better out the gates than I kind of anticipated, and have a lot more fantasy relevant players than I thought. Is the Rams for sure.
Talk to me.
Oh,
I know
Yeah.
Sam's a big
Puka,
Rams
man.
guy in our
Talk to me.
dynasty
Big
league. He's
Rams
got a
guy
lot
here.
of pieces. Kyron Williams kind of coming out of nowhere. Everyone thought Cam Akers was going to be the guy. Beginning of the year, I heard the term league winner tossed around a bunch about Cam
Hmm.
Akers. We'll see what happens with him in Minnesota. Getting a little bit more involved, but for the Rams,
He had a
Kyron
couple nice
Williams,
plays last
Cooper
night.
Kupp, and all of a sudden this guy Puka Nakua coming
Jeez.
out of nowhere.
Getting me
So
Cooper Cup Jr.
up, Puka, man.
Cooper
he,
Cup
Having him in
Jr.
Dynasty, I was telling Ken today he is untouchable now.
So,
Puka
yeah,
is
Dude,
so
no one's touching
I,
him.
he's going to win Rookie
so,
of the Year.
yeah.
It's
we go
unreal.
I,
too.
I
Yeah.
saw something interesting on Twitter today, and I think it'd be a good conversation here. Do you think that he's in the Jefferson Chase category
No.
outside of being, but think like he's a rookie, he's having on pace, I think, better statistical numbers in both of them through 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of being a low draft pick, like if he's a first rounder in the draft, I think that people are saying, he's up there with them dynasty wise.
That's a fair.
Like why not? Like
I'm
why
trying to
isn't
be
he?
biased. I just think Jefferson and Chase. We've seen it for 2-3 years now. I think Puka's top 10 for sure, but I think Chase and Jefferson are just a tier of their own. I think it's them two and
I
everyone.
think well now of course I'm saying like but when they were rookies like their first year it was they skyrocketed to one they've been 1-2 for 2 years.
Yeah, I hear
You
you.
know,
Actually, I'm
I
gonna,
like do we think that he's top?
I could see it. Like I
Like,
can
do you
see
think that
it.
he passes like Tyreek and AJ Brown, like by towards the end of the year? Is he wide receiver 3 in dynasty?
Tyreek's going nowhere.
I
In my
think CeeDee
opinion.
Lamb is pretty solid up there.
Garrett Wilson. You can't forget about him. Amon Ra.
Yeah,
Amon Ra. I don't think
I
I
think
think
I'd
he
put
get
Puka
into
in
the.
front of Garrett Wilson at this point.
I do too. I
I
think so.
can I can get behind I think anybody besides Amon Ra, CeeDee Lamb, and then Jefferson and Chase. I think anyone
Yeah,
else that I can kind of get behind.
no, it's
So
fair.
I'm looking. Let's see here. So Puka right now has 58 receptions, 752 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Let's say
58
so.
receptions, man.
Let's
Yeah,
call
just
that
love
on
that
pace for
Oh my
nonsense.
like
God.
let's call that on pace for like 115, 120 receptions, 1,500 yards, and like 6 touchdowns for rookie year. You look at
And
Chase.
he just outplayed Cup.
Yeah,
That
He's
would
yeah.
say that's his pace. He would have 30, 40 more receptions than Jefferson's rookie year, 100 more yards.
Yeah, it's legit.
I mean
Where did he come from? What college did he go to?
He's a
BYU.
BYU.
Yeah, I mean Stafford just produces wide receiver weapons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got
it's all
another I think 2 years on his contract after this year, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
John's gone.
Oh, we just lost John. Yep. All right.
Who Stafford does? Ken?
I believe I know he's got at least one more after this
Oh,
year.
that's beautiful.
So
You guys lose
I
me
mean,
there
I
for a
think
second?
I don't
Yeah,
see
for a second.
why
We're
he
back.
wouldn't
We're
play
good.
now. He's making a boatload of money, so
Um,
and I mean, who knows what happens after that? But if you're a dynasty manager with Puka, you have at least 2 years of. I mean, he's going to obviously be really good for the rest of his, like, hopefully for the rest of his
Yeah.
career. But
I
at
mean,
least
That's
that's
just
the
a-
best duo in the NFL, right? Puka
tied
Cup.
to Stafford for a bit. Yeah,
I'd say so. That's just a guy I got
Yeah.
on both my taxi squads and both my dynasty leagues right away, and I could not be happier that I got him.
Yeah, I mean that's
Him and
the
A-Chain.
that's how you
Yeah.
win dynasty leagues right there.
League winner.
A-Chain?
A-Chain. And
Ken
Yeah.
and I at practice were talking about homegrown guys, how many guys we've kept, and we categorize it as guys you've drafted. So we're trying to think.
But I don't think necessarily homegrown. I don't see the term homegrown as like a guy that we drafted in like the original draft, unless it was like a rookie.
someone you've had like so we're in year 2 of our dynasty for context for the listeners. So are you saying like someone we've had for like say over a year, maybe before last season type of thing? Like, could have
Well,
traded for him
I'm just
early.
saying, just like guys you drafted as a rookie. So like if you in like the original draft, if you got Garrett Wilson, because our original draft he was in the rookie class, he'd be homegrown. But like I drafted Jamar Chase, but it was his second year,
So you're not counting
so
him, right?
I'm not counting him.
I don't know if I have anyone left.
I
If
don't
I'm
think I have anyone either. Then
I think Puka and Kincaid are my only two.
But would you count a
Maybe
guy?
Jaleel McLaughlin, if that counts.
Would,
I don't know if I count
no,
him.
no, I
'cause
mean,
Are you
I
I
counting?
don't
Are
will.
you
see
counting?
him.
no,
The
let's not count
closest,
him.
the closest I've got is probably Jalen Warren that I picked up off waivers like middle to early last year.
So we
Um,
count. Um, Another thing for context viewers, I was an orphan team, so I joined a team. I wasn't there from the beginning. One of my first trades,
the orphans are gonna
I
hate that
yeah,
that
well,
term.
that's a phrase.
All of our
Is that the
orphan
phrase?
viewers are just
Orphan team.
We
No,
lost all our
that's
orphan
the
viewers
No,
term
real
it's
for
quick
a
there.
team.
that's fair. Yeah, you inherited the team.
New to you guys. Um, but would you guys count one of my first trades? I traded Jacobs for Jordan Love straight up Superflex. Got a ton of shit for it, but would you count that as homegrown for me? Because that was one
no,
of the first guys I went and got.
No,
I
no.
mean,
No?
no, but that was
All right.
Jordan Love
So I guess
stinks.
Puka and Kincaid are my two. I mean, he puts up fantasy points. So
Yeah,
those are
I
two
got Michael
damn good
Mayer. I got
homegrown
Michael
guys.
Mayer who's coming into maybe something,
Ken, let me ask
but
you this:
Yeah,
Josh Palmer.
dude, I was so high on Josh Palmer
having
last
You
year
dropped him.
nightmares.
going into this year. I know
You let him go.
I had to clear out some roster spots, regretting it. There's definitely a lot of players on my roster now that aren't nearly as good as him, which,
Kid's thriving on my team now.
yeah, he's a good player. He's a very good player.
you know what I'll be interested to see this week's waiver wire, which I know I don't think anyone will, but I feel like I'm before like in dynasty leagues, I'm one of the first people to actually cut Rashad Bateman. Had enough of that guy. I'll be curious to see
No
if
one
anyone
claimed
makes a
him.
move
No
and
one's
tries to
taking.
get to him.
I
Yeah,
don't.
I
Ken
I
I
got
don't.
offered
your
him for a
ass.
third everywhere. No one
Ken
took him.
got your ass with that one.
Well, I
But
mean, it's kind of a moot deal with
for
that one.
Dotson,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dotson's done nothing. I got
I thought it
AJ
was for a
Dillon as
second,
well.
straight up.
it was. Well,
No,
I got
so what
well,
happened? I
yeah.
originally traded away Bateman for 209. I forget what I did. I think I traded up to 201 with 209 last year. I don't know, a bunch of shit happened.
yeah.
And then
Well, I had
before the
Bateman at that
season
point.
started, when I had zero running backs, I traded Dotson for Bateman and AJ Dillon, and like it hasn't had any impact on either of our teams.
Sam,
He's
remember the
actually
Yeah,
playing
trade?
I
pretty
trade.
well.
I
Dillon's been
used
playing pretty
Dotson in
well.
that trade for Chris Olave and Justin Fields.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
was that, Tom?
Sam, remember the offer that you gave me for Justin Ross before the
Mm,
season?
thank God.
Dude,
Thank
he
God I
offered
I
me a
thought
did.
he was gonna
second.
be
He
really
offered
good.
me a second rounder, and I said he was my homegrown guy. So you know what? I've had him since the OG draft.
Oh,
He's
wow.
been on my taxi squad. He's just. I'm waiting. This is it.
Mm,
And today,
I was,
out of the
Hey, who
league.
knows? Who knows? Who
I
knows? You
was,
know?
I was
He got cut
between.
today?
No, he got arrested for
Oh, I
domestic
did see
or
that.
abuse and robbery.
Oh,
I
jeez.
didn't even see
Oh.
that.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
So
How are
Might
some
be getting a
athletes so
snip
dumb?
soon then, huh?
I
yeah,
was, I was
yeah,
between trading
just
for Justin Ross or Tank Dell, and I chose Tank,
Yeah, that
and
was.
I'm pretty
Good
happy
choice. Good
about it.
choice.
yeah.
Yeah, that one
All
didn't really
right.
work out for
Yeah.
me.
He looks good. Looks dynamic.
Who else are we liking this week?
See, what are the good games
Teams,
here?
players,
s-
which context?
I say players. So
Some
like,
players.
so I love Brees Hall this week. I know he's obviously a start, but I think he's
Yeah,
just in for an
yeah.
absolutely monster week against Giants.
Mm,
I mean, it looks like
I
they
could see
took
him
the.
running just all over that defense.
You saw they took the training wheels off against Denver before the bye week, and he was just explosive. Look
Yeah,
back to
he's
pre ACL.
legit.
Yeah, I think he's ready to go.
Yeah,
how
Yeah,
about just Stroud against the Panthers here?
yeah.
I feel-
Stroud.
you
Yeah,
Honestly,
should
I
dice him
can
up.
I can see sneaky trap game. I can see either team winning that. I know the Panthers are bad, but we'll see
no,
with Houston, man.
yeah.
The thing is,
Interested to see how coming out of the bye week. Bengals just had their bye week. I'm curious to see how T. Higgins does. I know he had one big game in week 2. I think he had 28 fantasy points, 2 touchdowns. But really, other than that game, his season's been pretty lackluster, and he's a guy that was drafted in third round of most redraft leagues.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm hoping that he
Yeah,
can kind of
it's
bounce back a little bit after his
He's
bye
been
week. I know he had his rib injury and stuff, so I'm hoping that's all cleared up. But
we'll
he's a
see
target
because
monster.
Burrow seemed to be more healthy. Niners kind of got carved up last night. Addison, Osborne, and the guy Powell and
Yeah,
Hawkinson. So
did yeah.
see if Cincinnati with better weapons can split
yeah.
that again.
It's
I feel like
definitely
the
some
the
opportunity.
bye came at a good time for the Bengals. I mean, they were
Exactly.
obviously trending up, but had some injuries going on.
That's gonna
Um,
be a big
Who's
game.
any
got to
other
bounce back this week? You think?
bounce back?
Team
What
or
players
player?
got to bounce back? What's other than T? What players got to bounce back?
Big guys like
Um,
Josh Jacobs, I think, is a big name.
Yeah, like an Eckler maybe
I
against
think,
these Bears. Like,
I'll give you
yeah,
Yeah.
one. A sleeper that came into the season, Christian Watson.
hmm,
He's been
Well, he's
kind of
hurt.
non-existent this year.
He
Did he
got
get
hurt
hurt?
again.
he
Yeah,
was hurt for a
he's
few
out like
weeks.
2 to 3 weeks. Well, no,
Oh,
he's out
all
again
right.
2 to 3 more.
Yeah, I believe hamstring. I mean, you
Yeah,
see, I
knee.
see
All right.
Romeo
Well, what
Dobbs and
about
Jaden Reed getting a little bit of a bigger role
you
these
can
coming
get
Jay
weeks.
Green.
Yep.
Bijan? I know he had a migraine or whatever on Sunday, but he hasn't been performing up to his draft stock or where he was taken.
No, and
It doesn't
still, if you
doesn't
look
make
at
any sense
his,
the way they use him.
yeah,
I mean,
I mean, yeah,
the,
he's dynamic. It's just I wonder if they're trying to save the leg, preserve him long term, or
Absolutely.
it
I mean,
seems
him and
like
Gibbs
it.
have kind of both been similar, where it's not the snap like count percentage you want to see, just kind of.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
Montgomery going down was big for Gibbs. You see
yeah,
that?
I think
Yeah, I think he
Montgomery
had
might
10.
be back
yeah,
this week,
yeah, he
I
might
so
be
kind of
back.
I kind of think what they're thinking is, we drafted these guys in our first round, but we're not ready to. They know that they're not winning a Super Bowl this year. Like as good as
That's
the
fair.
Lions are, I know they just got walloped, but as good as they are, they're not winning a Super Bowl this year, and they know that. So I
yeah,
think it's like, okay, we need like a couple more pieces, and maybe in like 2 years we got it. So let's save this guy. Let's have him be a real weapon when we need him the most.
Yeah.
And also that first round draft pick also gives them another pretty much a fifth year instead of a fourth year on their
Right,
contract.
right.
yeah. But I
And they
think,
see
I
all
mean,
these guys going down.
yeah, yeah, right. I mean,
Couple.
I think Gibbs again, I think regardless if Montgomery plays or not, he's gonna have I mean, playing Vegas.
Yeah.
I think he's RB2 with some RB1 upside. I think for sure.
So
Um,
we talked about this with Puka. Where do we put? Let's say preseason Gibbs was probably what running back 3 in dynasty. Where are we putting him now?
8, 7, 8.
8.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I
let's take a
think
look at these running backs here.
I'm
Yeah,
taking McCaffrey, I'm taking Bijan, I'm
Reese,
taking Brees, I'm taking
Brees
Ken
Hall,
Walker,
Jonathan Taylor,
taking
Megan
Jonathan Taylor.
Taylor,
taking Saquon.
Etienne.
ETN. Yeah, I'd take ETN. I think
No,
Saquon's a toss up because he's
Saquon's a toss
26,
up, I
I think
agree.
that I think Saquon and Gibbs are like the same spot for me.
and
I
then
could see
Pollard.
but
I
Gibbs
think
being
very
Paulet's
seven.
different.
here.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you're, I mean, because Saquon, I think is in redraft is
Oh, for sure,
still top 5,
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
but which I do think like looking at Dynasty, I do think that those rankings really don't take into consideration this year as much as they should.
it all depends. I feel like the rankings go based off if your team's rebuilding.
Right, but like they don't know that. So like they just throw
Yeah,
the
No, I
rankings
know.
in and like Bijan is almost, he's higher than like he's like a if he was a quarterback in Superflex, he'd be like quarterback 3. Like I
Right.
don't I don't think that he's there if he's scoring 12 points a game.
Mhm.
Um
No, I
which is
agree.
still fine, but not for, the clear RB1, but
Yeah, I think I'm comfortable putting what do we have Gibbs around 7, 8 there.
I think
yeah.
Yeah.
seven or eight's a good
I mean, I
number.
know A Chain is blown up, but like I'm still not ready to.
Yeah, it's
Like,
I
I think
just
if I had A Chain or a mid first next year, I think I was still taking a first next year.
it's
That
just
was
the
my
Dolphins'
offer.
offense. I feel like they're always gonna
The
just kind
turnover
of be
of running backs
rotating
in the
running backs a
offense.
little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
With the way
yeah.
that McDaniel likes to run things and with his offense, he's a running back guy.
So what are some wide receivers we're liking this week? Um I mean, last week I was impressed with the Steelers wide receivers. That whole, I
Yeah.
mean, Pickett too. I mean,
Mm.
both. I mean, Pickens and Deontay had pretty
Yeah,
solid
Deontay good guy.
games.
I think that was a
Um,
good win for them.
yeah, I mean, I think that both of them going forward are more than
They're
startable. You know,
Yeah.
they're starters
Yeah.
in every league, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Pickens was great without Deontay, and with Deontay back on the opposite side of the field, he's just. I mean, I think it only helps his situation a little bit, but I mean,
What are your thoughts on Jacoby Myers here?
Just
Love that
looking.
guy.
Yeah.
He's a guy. I mean, his last 3 games he's gotten 30 targets.
He's gotten in the end zone the last 3 games, right?
In the end zone last 3 games, got a combined 30 targets in 3 games.
And it's not even he's had the amount of quarterbacks he's had over the past few years. He's been productive every week, every year.
yeah.
Doesn't even matter who's throwing him the ball.
It's kind of like Devontae Adams who here. Right.
Well, Deontay kind of ruined his week with that drop in the end zone, but just wide open pretty much, but just
Yeah.
uncharacteristic. But I mean, yeah, I mean Myers has been phenomenal. Can't really say much else than that.
I'll tell you,
Got to play him.
another guy I like this week, Zay Flowers against
I
Arizona.
had him too.
Yeah,
He's fantastic.
I got a little bias here, but I mean Keenan Allen against the Bears here.
Oh yeah,
He
Yeah,
should feast. Should
yeah.
absolutely feast.
Keenan. I mean Keenan Allen's Keenan Allen. He's top one, top five.
What are your thoughts on
I'm sorry.
what are your thoughts on
What
DJ
are we
Moore?
laughing about? I kind of like.
I don't know. John started laughing, and so I'll tell you this: I had 5 players written down for who I love this week.
Yeah,
I had Pickens and Deontay, Zay Flowers, DJ Moore right behind them. So that was
all receivers here.
yeah, but I mean the 2 you guys said,
No, yeah.
yeah, those are them. That's who I had. I got one more here. We can talk. I can bring up after, but DJ Moore I love.
DJ Moore it's against the Chargers. I mean, I think any wide receiver one against the Chargers, you can chalk them up. I think for a solid day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's get Jim on the podcast.
we're
Here.
gonna have to put up some
Jim, you got
nudity,
anything to say,
some
Jim?
nudity signs.
Jim, give us
no,
your
man,
player of the
what
week.
are we talking about?
Jim, you're looking strong.
Player of the week, Jim.
For this week?
Yeah.
This week that hasn't happened or just happened?
Who's
That's
gonna
coming
who's
up.
gonna have a breakout game this week, Jim?
I would really, really hope would be fucking, I don't know, Brock Purdy. He's my quarterback still.
Get him out.
No.
Get him out.
Jim's in Dynasty, but he's looking like he's gonna get Caleb Williams next year.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing.
Told me he's got some young players. Yeah.
No,
Just
his
don't let him
team.
on. Just don't let him on again.
No. Yeah. DJ,
Sucking the energy out of the room.
what do you have? 6 catches with Badgin last week?
Who, DJ
Something
Moore?
like that. Maybe it was more. Was it more? More.
Oh, yeah.
Baby Badging season, Ken.
Imagine, man.
Badging season.
Hey, on our Instagram, I made
He's
him.
something.
He's a weekly pickup man.
Oh,
I know it's
absolutely.
against the Raiders, but the quarterback market's always thin.
He had 8
More so
catches.
Dynasty.
I was the only one who bid for him, man. I was so surprised. Like there was
Yeah, I
not
should.
one other bid.
I probably wouldn't go to start him over Gardner, Love, Daniel Jones. He's back, or Ritter. So I was
No,
like,
he's a 2-week start, and then it's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. I'm not going to
Yeah,
waste
right, it's not.
a
Yeah,
drop.
I thought Deshaun Watson could get me, more than a negative 1.8. So
what a
Yeah.
mistake right now, Ken, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
he was my
What a
second round pick and
He's also just a dirty
original
dude.
draft.
Yeah.
Waited a whole year for him. Thought, okay, I'll wait a year for this guy. He's
I-
gonna come back. He's gonna be a solid QB2 at least. And it just hasn't been the case. So
I had
And you don't even want to root for him.
no, I don't
That's-
want to root for him
yeah,
too.
You
Like,
know?
It looked like
only,
you guys
only
see him on the
quarter- only
sideline.
quarterback that I feel comfortable putting out there is Sam Howell right now.
Should we label
Honestly.
Deshaun Watson just bad guy? Just
Bad guy.
bad guy. Bad
Yeah,
I
player.
don't-
Did you
Oh,
see
I
him
don't
after
want
he got hurt? He put his helmet back on. And it just seems like, oh, I'm just getting my paycheck. I don't even want to play football.
Yeah.
So realistically, let's look at some of those quarterbacks that are kind of in Deshaun Watson's, I guess,
Here?
situation. So we got guys like, try to think of some guys that are sort of
Trying to
in
think of
Deshaun
guys who like
Here, how about
sexual
you
assault.
want to do something here?
Watson's.
Should we do for Dynasty? For Dynasty, would you rather quarterback with
Okay.
Deshaun Watson?
With Deshaun Watson, okay.
All right, let me
Yeah,
pull
let's
some
do it.
guys. All right, I'm gonna just go by team here, but based on the schedule. Deshaun Watson or Baker? I think I'm going Deshaun.
Deshaun.
Dude, I think it's closer than you think.
I'm with you, Sam.
I think
I'm
it's
going
Baker
Sean.
right
I'm
now.
going to
Like if we're
Sean
talking
Watson.
right now,
I'm talking
Mm.
dynasty format though.
dynasty.
Deshaun Watson's
Like
I think
also
like
on a
redraft.
contract
I think
that he's going.
redraft. I agree with Baker.
okay, so who do I want like as my dynasty quarterback right now?
Yeah,
Deshaun Watson will be the
Yeah,
quarterback
yeah.
next year.
I'll go to Sean Watson.
yeah, because you
Yeah.
never Baker's playing well, but you never
Well,
know if they're going to take a QB next year or
They
what they're
paid
going to
Deshaun
do.
too much money to just move on from him.
It's
Deshaun Watson.
That'll bring me to the next name, him or Russell Wilson. Same situation.
That's a good one.
Wilson's having a good fantasy year.
Yeah.
But they're losing.
He just
Wait,
got
no,
the years
they won
on him.
last week.
I
They won.
think. Would you rather have Deshaun or Prescott? Dak.
Prescott.
Dak.
Prescott.
Take Dak
Yeah,
off,
right?
Dak, for sure.
I
mean,
just, yeah, I think
what about
Dak- I
Gino?
think
I think
Dak's-
Gino's a good. Gino's got to be a
I'd
good
rather have Gino.
Mm.
for dynasty.
Yeah, I'd rather have
Dynasty.
Gino.
Gino's kind
I
of
don't know.
trouble
I-
this year, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know what happened to Deshaun, man.
Yeah.
What happened to that guy?
How about
But-
Kirk?
I just checked his location.
Oof.
It's still.
These are
I'd rather
tough.
Kirk.
Well, podcast
feel like they're all the
always
same
wanna
tier.
Say hi.
Who is it?
Who you got
Tom,
there? Is
Sam,
it Liam?
Joe.
It's live podcast.
Yeah, we're live right now.
We're trying not to curse here, Liam, but it's all right.
No, we're cursing.
No,
There
no,
he
I'm
is.
kidding.
Fellas.
One of our
up,
devout
dude?
followers right here,
Steve.
Liam Levanchi.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna text you guys because now I feel inspired to. But great to see your faces.
Oh, thank you.
Good to see yours too, man.
What a guy.
Talking shop.
That's
Um,
awesome.
I say our title for this one could just be Massive Guests James Myler and Liam Levangi. I mean,
Yeah.
two all-star performances right there.
Yeah, what are we going to name this one, huh? Bouncing around the NFL. Something stupid.
Week 8 bouncing around.
Shock Talk NFL Week 8.
Yeah, pretty much.
How about, off topic, how about the Phils? They're down right now.
Oh, are they? That's great news.
Yeah,
Is it
3-2.
It is great news.
I don't know who I'm rooting for anymore.
Come on.
Yeah, I think Philly gives a better series, but Diamondbacks better story. But
Come on. Who's downstairs right now? I wanna see Ice's reaction right now.
Ice is down
Oh,
there.
No, we got to keep him off the
Yeah.
By
screen.
himself.
We got to
Yeah,
keep
he's
him
probably-
off the screen.
Good content though.
he's got to be a problem right now.
Yeah,
He's just
He's
by
gotta be
himself.
hammered, right?
yeah.
Do
Do we want to make
when I
a?
come upstairs, he wasn't tapping in yet, so.
We said, who were the names? We said Kirk. I think I'd lean Kirk, honestly, over.
I think I would
Sean.
too.
I think I'd take
Well,
Kirk.
What was the other name we just said? Gino.
Gino.
I think that's a tough one because I don't think
All right.
Gino's ever going to be what he was last
Daniel
year.
Jones.
Ken, how about
That's
this
what I
one?
was
Would you
thinking.
rather have Deshaun or Howell?
Sam Howell.
Would you?
Really?
Yes.
I don't know.
Interesting.
What about Daniel Jones?
Dude, having Daniel Jones is such a headache. I can't deal with
Yeah,
it.
you're welcome for that,
I
Carney.
think Tyrod Taylor's better than him.
Yeah, no.
I like the upside of Sam Howell. I think they got to get some offensive linemen. He's the most sacked quarterback in the league. It's not even close.
Well, it's not just the O line though. It's on him.
Well, yeah, it's him too. He's holding on the ball a little bit too long, but I think getting an improved O line will definitely help that, and just him getting more experience too. He's
I think
got a
getting
lot of
rid of-
tools.
I think
Yeah,
getting rid
I mean-
of Riverboat Ron will help too. Yeah, that guy's
Yeah.
terrible.
Absolutely.
I think he's got a lot of
Derek
tools.
Carr
He's
I'm taking
so
a shot.
bad. I
sucks.
don't know why Winston's not playing.
Sucks.
They
think
paid
he's not,
Carr.
but yeah.
They just
That was-
paid Carr a boatload. No.
No, they did. I'd love to see Jameis out there.
Should we do a running back and a wide receiver like one we just did, and then kind of wrap it up?
Yeah, sure.
Well, would you rather?
Yeah.
All right.
Right? Would you
Um,
rather fuck?
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. What are we thinking? Like,
Let's talk-
yeah,
talking
throw out an
for-
intriguing name.
What?
Throw out an intriguing name.
What do you think? All right.
Josh
for Dynasty.
Downs. Fuck Mary
Josh
Kill.
Downs.
Josh
Downs is
Downs.
a good one.
Keenan Allen.
Actually, you know what? I got a random thing. Watching the Browns Colts game, did anyone notice how every Colts offensive player was a captain? The
No,
three top
I
receivers,
said that.
Jonathan
No,
Taylor.
No, it was a Colts thing on their
for
left side,
keeper.
and then on the
Was it?
right it was gold. If they were a
Oh,
captain, I
alright.
said, dude, because I saw Alec Pierce made a catch. You go, Alec Pierce is a captain? Like, there's
Yeah,
no
no,
He's a
way.
stud.
I
He's
saw
a
Josh
stud. He's
Downs,
hanging onto my
Alec
team by a
Pierce, and
thread.
Michael Pittman were all captains.
No,
What's
it
going
was a
on?
C with the Colts, and the other side was the captain. I thought the exact same thing.
Okay,
My
that makes a
guy's hanging
lot more
onto
sense.
onto my team by a thread. He bombs off another week with his 6 point performance.
Yeah,
Who? Alec
Alec
Pierce.
Pierce.
Alec Pierce is just a likable dude. I feel like.
yeah,
I feel like you feel bad if you cut Alec Pierce,
yeah. I agree.
He's homegrown, man. He's homegrown.
He is. Yeah,
right?
He's my only homegrown
second
guy.
round, second round rookie draft, right? Pick, right, Ken?
Well, I got him in the original draft.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the only homegrown
Um,
guy I
all
got.
right, I got a good one. Would you rather have Debo or Christian Kirk?
Ooh,
In
I think
Dynasty or
Debo.
redraft?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Well, I think redraft you'd rather have Kirk,
yeah. I agree.
but
I'm gonna have
dynasty,
Debo.
See, I've never been a huge Debo guy, but he just I feel like his floor is pretty low, but his ceiling is just way higher.
yeah.
Kirk is you know what you're getting every week.
He's wide receiver one over Ridley,
Yeah, you know
no
what you're
doubt.
getting every week with Kirk. Debo,
Yeah.
you can't say the same, but his boom days, like Kirk, doesn't have those kind of days.
Yeah,
No,
I love
yeah.
Kirk. I love
He's
Kirk.
awesome.
Kirk's a great guy. You just throwing the flex or wide receiver 2 or 3, and you
Yeah.
know what you're getting every
You're
time.
getting
yeah. He's
15,
consistent.
15 every week.
Tom, I didn't realize I actually looked at this the other day. I traded you a first rounder for Christian Kirk last year.
Straight up?
Yeah, straight
It
up.
was the 12 though, I think,
It
right?
was Derek's first round pick, the
That's
12th
right.
overall. Kirk.
What are your guys' thoughts on that looking back?
It's
I thought
pretty
it
Yeah.
even.
was fair.
Well,
Yeah, I
who
mean,
did
I
that pick?
got
Yeah, I
Who
agree.
did
I
that pick
agree.
turn out to be?
it turned out to
Quentin
Was that
Johnston.
be
this draft or last year's draft?
Quentin Johnston.
no, it wasn't because you drafted Quentin Johnson.
Yeah, you traded me
Yeah,
that
but that
pick.
was the
We
pick,
traded the
112.
pick. I traded. Remember, me, you, and Woodsy made a trade for picks. It was all picks.
Oh, I moved back, right?
You moved up 1 pick, and you got JSN,
You
Oh,
know what?
before
and I moved back 1, and I got the
that,
You
12.
know
I
what
should
that's
never have done that because I should have just stayed and I would have had Stroud.
you know what that's making me want to look at right now is the draft and see like
Yeah.
looking
All right,
back
and I
on it.
got another two guys that are in very similar spots who I think were the biggest winners last week and biggest risers. And um, Josh Downs, Rasheed Rice. Who do we think by the end of this year is going to be, the better fantasy option, going into next year?
I'd have
So I
to go
think,
with Downs right now. I think I
I mean,
just
if Rasheed Rice can
think,
just solidify himself as the wide receiver one in the Chiefs,
That's what I
yeah.
think too, Tom.
I think
that's
I
that
think
trumps
Rasheed.
anything Josh Downs can do.
I think
Yeah.
Downs. I see more as like a heavy target guy. Like relies on a lot of targets. Rasheed Rice can solidify himself as a flex or a wide receiver 2 option with just like one big play.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
I
Pittman's
just
still the one there, but
I
the
think
one there in Kansas City's wide open.
well,
Wide
I think
open.
it's Kelsey and everyone else, and
Well,
Mahomes
yeah,
is
of
gonna throw to
course.
whoever's open. It's gonna be a new
Yeah.
guy.
But wide
But
receiver
I mean,
wise, they need a wide receiver, regardless.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you guys know how I can find the draft on the
It's in
computer?
settings. It's
It's in like league, like
Oh,
league
okay.
settings.
Draft results. Here they are.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to run through this real quick? See,
run through the entire draft.
No.
just some interesting picks.
From
Yeah,
the rookie one,
Yeah.
This
So,
past year.
Sam, don't want to call you out here, but what do you think of Bryce Young 1-1?
Um,
Do
I
you
mean,
regret it, or what do
looking
you
back
think?
at it, I wish I'd picked
you
Stroud,
were you were locked in.
but
There
I
was
was
no
locked in,
changing your
and I
mind.
still like
There was no changing your mind.
he's starting to kind of
Yeah,
show show some stuff here. So
it's
I'm not
definitely
mad at
early
it
to
yet.
tell.
I'm not mad at it yet, but I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, it's definitely a little early to tell. I just in my other league, the other group chat, just looking at drafts in other leagues. I'm not saying this about Bryce Young. Like seeing the draft, Zach Wilson going second in a super flex. Like seeing drafts like that, it's crazy to look back on selections that surefire at the time and just did not pan out.
Yep.
Like a couple other interesting picks: Gibbs at 103 over Anthony Richardson, Stroud.
Yeah, but that was situational. I mean, I don't know why
What's
Woodsy
he
did
got?
that. He needs quarterbacks actually. Now I'm saying that, but if I had three, I was taking Gibbs over. I mean, I took JSN over Richardson and Stroud.
How about
I
what
don't.
Woodsy's
So
team's going to look like in
up and
Oh,
Two
coming.
years.
He knows what he's doing.
But
Yeah.
Tom, that brings me to my next point. We count them here. 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 receivers going all before Puka. How do we think that's going to go? What do we think Puka is
Throw
on?
out some of those names that got taken.
Do you name all of them? We'll see.
No,
Or
just a few. Just a few.
Wait.
I'll go with the late ones, like third round. Cedric Tillman.
Yeah, nothing.
What team is Cedric Tillman on?
Browns, right? Nothing.
Yeah. Browns.
302, Stan took Keyshawn Butte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's actually not
I'd rather have
terrible.
Demario Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jaden Reed went 212. I mean, he's not terrible.
He's still got.
He's not
Yeah.
Puka.
Got to see some more.
I mean, Puka
Mingo
didn't,
at
but you
post.
also got to understand,
Mingo's-
Puka didn't play well. Like, he didn't have a good year in college. I think he was hurt a little bit.
He was
like,
hurt, yeah.
he
Did he
just,
get drafted?
5th
A
round.
lot about where you get drafted too. You know,
yeah, it's not
It's the
about,
fit.
But
I mean,
you
the
see,
team.
I'm sure if you throw JSN or, like, with
oh, no doubt.
Stafford, he's in the same spot, you know?
No doubt. But one guy I was really high on that's done nothing this year is Mingo. He's been.
I mean,
I thought he was going to be a stud this year.
So did I.
Oh, John.
There was
Hasn't
a lot of talk coming out of training camp that him and Bryce Young had like a connection going and all this, and
right.
Still
Yeah,
could have.
it's-
He's
Good.
could
It's,
hurt.
No,
it's,
it's
it's early.
definitely-
They're young, but
I mean, Frank Reich giving up play call duties. See if that changed anything. I don't know.
yeah,
One player I know that slipped a little bit in that rookie draft that has a lot of value now is Sam Laporta, and I know
Yeah, let's see.
at
209.
201 I had 201 was my last pick in that draft. And I took Jalen Hyatt
No, yeah,
And,
that was
no,
2.
looking
Or
back.
Meyer went 201.
or 202.
Meyer was the
Yeah.
big guy in that draft. Musgrave,
I went Kincaid over Meyer.
Kincaid, Washington for the Steelers.
I
What
think
the hell's that dude
Laporta,
doing right now?
Laporta
Just
went over.
blocking. Yeah.
Blocking.
can I do a little segment here about some DMs that we received for some
Oh, yeah.
sort of some trade advice, start sit.
Okay.
This is coming from an actual guest on the show, James Myler.
All
This
right.
is he said this is
This is for week 8.
Dynasty. This is a trade. This was a trade that he
Okay.
was debating whether to accept. It was Darnell Washington and a third for Sam Laporta.
That's
I
just,
mean,
So,
And
so
they
is he getting
That's-
Laporta?
Yeah, no, he's giving up Laporta.
Okay.
that's
Well, he
that's
should
the one.
probably just not play.
And
if he's giving up
and-
Laporta, wait,
Yeah, if he's
did he
asking.
accept that?
No, he said,
No.
should I accept it?
The fact that he had to answer that, like ask that question is
I was like, I said, Jim, I said, that might be
We'll,
the
we'll call
worst
this
trade ever.
we'll call this segment "Bad Question of the Week."
Yeah.
bad listener question of the week.
well,
Yeah.
we don't want our viewers to not send in questions, but if it's like that, better
Yeah.
off.
No, we encourage questions, but we
We're gonna
know
keep it
we
real.
know where it came
We'll just
from.
say, we'll
He
just
was a
say
guest
that
on the show.
he's
Yeah.
a guest. He's been a long time listener.
Yeah,
So
he's probably
Well,
one of our first followers too.
Oh, for sure.
I
What are
think
we
he's
putting,
commented a couple times. You know, go give him a follow, James Myler.
we calling Laporta top 3 dynasty tight end?
I was thinking about. I think he's 5.
I have him over
Aye.
Pitts.
I have
Oh,
those
yeah.
as well.
I think
Thinking
Kelsey's still
Kelsey 1,
the guy.
Andrews.
Andrews and
Andrews,
Hawkinson,
Oh
Hawkinson
yeah, I
3.
forgot about Hawk.
and
Yeah,
then I
Four.
think
4.
Four
Laporta
is
at 4.
probably Laporta, I think.
5 and 6 is
Goddard,
Pitts
5.
and Kincaid.
I like Goddard over
Goddard's good.
Pitts.
Pitts he's good, man. He's just
Yeah, it's-
Desmond Ritter's god awful.
Is he?
Yeah,
When are we
you see
gonna
that
when are we
one-handed
gonna
catch
keep that
he made?
notion going?
I don't.
See that
I
one-handed
catch
never
he
made?
was on the Kyle Pitts, other than like his first year, and there's a lot of hype around him,
First-
obviously.
I
But
don't.
after watching him last year, I just don't trust the Falcons' offense.
For how long are
No.
we gonna say this guy's good? You know?
Yeah, it's
I
been
think he's a
for
good football player. He's just Atlanta. They do not have a quarterback. Like you ever seen the clips of him
But
getting
if
wide
you're
open?
good,
They should throw
you're
to him?
good. If you're good, you end up being good.
All right. Well, what do you think about Drake London then? He's kind of not to
He's
the
having
same.
a good year.
he's having a
He's
great
playing
year.
well. Drake London's
He's-
playing well.
Was he probably fantasy top 24? No,
He's like
Yeah, he's been
top
playing
seed.
well.
He's having a good year.
Where's he at in this week's? Wow, I'm looking at this. Devontae Smith is wide receiver 30 this week. That's absurd.
Yeah, he's having a tough year.
30. Yeah,
He
yeah.
started off. I think he'll still pick it back up. But
He will. I mean, he's
I
in
like
two.
Devonta Smith. I like
I
him.
love Devontae. Yeah, I was upset when I traded him.
Yeah, well, you got ETN, so you're welcome for that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think long run that's going to work out for you. I mean, I'd rather have
I
Devontae.
do too. I don't know. I'm still alright with it. Just hurts right now,
Yeah, I
especially
just
losing.
could not keep looking at AJ Dillon and Brian Robinson RB1, RB2 every week. Like that was
Yeah.
just
I mean,
absurd.
now
Thing.
I'm looking
That's
at
how I feel like
Ramondre and
quarterback Monday.
Pierce.
Pierce, yeah, I like Pierce. There's a bunch of guys I like as football players. It's just like the volume they get. I don't see it
Well,
translate as
the
much in
problem
fantasy.
is he gets good carries. He gets like 15 carries a game. He just turns it into like 38 yards and no touchdowns.
Who is this?
Looking for
Damian
it.
Pierce.
Yeah.
He's got a good
Well,
matchup. I think he could run all over the
Singletary was getting a
Panthers,
little
but
involved. Singletary was getting a little more involved before their bye week.
yeah, he
This
was.
would be
I
a
mean,
big week to see what
Here's
happens.
Drake line.
I don't know.
Am I making this up? I don't even see Drake. Oh, 36. Okay. I was trying to find Drake London in the weekly rankings on ESPN. I didn't think he was in top 60. He's 36 this week.
36, really.
So 32. So call he's averaging like 4.5 receptions a game. 380
You don't score in
divided by
touchdowns, though, I'm pretty sure.
7. What's 380 divided by 7? Like 50. Like 55 yards a game. So he's averaging like 4 for 55 a game.
Again, he scored a few
terrible.
touchdowns, though, right?
2 touchdowns.
Do we want to
Oh,
pick? Just thought of something. Do we want to pick like, and we could keep like a running tally the rest of the year, and we could pick like a running back, a receiver, um, maybe just those two. We pick one each as like a lock of the week as finish like top 8 or top 10, whatever we decide. We can kind of keep track of it throughout the rest of the
but you
year.
can't pick the same player first. Same player
Oh, I
twice.
like that. I like that little. Yeah, you can't pick the same player twice. But yeah, like we give a lock of the week. Like
All right. Do you want to? Should we do a little snake draft here?
Let's do
One
it.
each
sure,
I
position.
like that.
All right. How are
Should
we
we
gonna
just go
draft?
wide receiver, tight end, running back, and call it
Top 12. Top 12.
top
Wide
12.
receiver, running back. What was the third one? Tight end.
tight end?
Okay. Oh, and how about for bonus we could do? Actually, yeah. Let's do a lock top
Oh,
12.
let me grab. I gotta grab my laptop charger.
All right.
You got you keeping track?
Yeah, I got it here.
How about let's not do the completely obvious ones though. Let's not do like Christian McCaffrey,
No,
running
I
back.
mean, well, you can. You just can't pick them again.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
you
right.
gotta be
Oh, like
wise.
no one can pick him, or I can't pick him
No,
again.
you can't. So, like,
Oh, all right.
I mean, I don't know. I think
I see
McCaffrey
what
had
you're
one
saying.
week. I don't think he finished in the top 10. So like it's possible.
All right.
Obviously not likely.
I'm gonna try and go with some interesting ones.
I got my running back.
How do we want to do this? Who's for this draft order?
It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not
You
too
go,
worried
Tom.
about.
I'll go last. I don't care.
Um,
Maybe this Sam's paused right now.
hopefully Sam comes back. But all right, Carney, you start.
All right, I'll start. I guess I'm gonna go. I'll go tight end first. Why not?
Okay.
Give me T.J. Hawkinson. What do you get? 11 targets or 11 catches on Monday. Safe guy. No Justin Jefferson again. He's clear number one, number two in that offense for reception. So, yeah, I'll take Hawk.
Cool. Ken, you want to go?
Sure, I'll go with my running back. I'm gonna go with Isaiah Pacheco.
Love
I
it.
like that. I
I
love
think
Really like that.
against the worst run defense in the league, the Broncos, I think a big
Yeah.
week's coming.
Yeah. I mean, I had him written down for my running backs I love this week. Um, I'm gonna go Brees Hall.
Yeah.
I know we
Okay.
talked about him earlier, but I guess Sam's still not here, so we'll just get his
He
picks
said
when he's
something's
back,
up with his
hopefully.
laptop.
Yeah. All right.
Go again, Tom.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take Zay Flowers this week.
I like
Finish him
it.
Yeah,
tied top 12. I mean, definitely a little bit of a reach, I think.
I could pay off big for you. I'll go with receiver. I'm gonna go with Brandon Ayuk.
You against Bengals.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. So is Debo ruled out? What's up with him?
He's out. Yep, he's out
Yeah.
until after the bye week.
Oh, all right. And when's their bye week? It's
Week
after
9.
this week,
9.
right? Yeah,
9.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because I know in one of my leagues, I have T Law Amon-Ra or not Etienne and McCaffrey all to buy, so I'm like screwed week 9. But
I think I play
receiver.
you week 9.
Oh, it's in my other league, but yeah, you do play me week 9. Receiver, I'm just emotional pick here. I'm going Puka, favorite player in the league right now.
It's been paying
Dallas,
off.
they really don't. I feel like the corners aren't as good as like Gilmore's taking a step back. Their other corner, I forget his name, is like second year guy. He's more of a slot guy, but he's had to be playing the outside. And Puka just made some catches last week where you're just like, this guy is crazy. So yeah, I got Puka and Hawk, and then running back. Let me look into this.
Sam,
Let's go with.
we're doing. Did you hear the lock of the week thing?
Oh, there's two
Yeah,
teams right
top
now.
5 the second I put the charger in.
Yeah. So you got 2 picks in a row here.
Okay.
If
So
someone's picked already, I guess you can. Can we pick the same guy or no? Try not to.
Yeah, try not to.
Yeah, try
All
not
right.
to.
Okay. Pick.
all right, so I pick it in a row.
Yeah. So
You
you
can
get 2
pick
in a row.
any
You
position.
pick
Doesn't have
any
to be like
position.
in order.
Any
Either
position.
running
So-
back, wide receiver, tight end. Because quarterbacks, I mean, are a little bit less
I'm gonna
volatile,
go-
I'd say.
I'm gonna go with CeeDee Lamb, and then
I like him.
I'm gonna also go with Keenan Allen.
Well,
Okay.
That's
no,
2 receivers.
2
I
receivers.
can only pick either like one.
We'll do one for each position.
All right, let me change that then.
So you don't want
I mean-
CD?
I do not want CD.
Do you want Keenan?
No, not as my first rounder.
You can't pick
You
them
already
again for this
took 2
week too.
rounds.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I'll pick Keenan Allen in my first round.
Keenan Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't pick him the rest of the year. So it's kind of like a little survivor, but
Okay, yeah.
or like just keep records the rest of the season. And
Then
And
Yeah.
a running back or a tight end.
I will go with Laporta at my
Ooh,
tight
good
end.
pick.
Right?
That's
Cool.
what I was gonna go with. Tight end.
who's up? John, you up?
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yep.
with Tony Pollard. Steelers just ran all over the Rams. I mean, Najee got his first touchdown. Guy's a bum.
Jalen Warren scored.
Yeah,
Beast.
he ran all over him. I don't see Pollard not finishing top 12. So yeah, Pollard, Puka, and Hawkinson. Lock
Good
it in.
list there.
My tight end, I'm gonna go with Dalton Schultz.
Wow,
Love it.
it's the Panthers.
Solid play. I'm gonna go Waller this week, coming off a good week last week. I know we're playing the Jets, but
I'd
I'll
love
keep
for
it
him
going
to
with Ty
stay-
God.
to stay good, man. Having him.
What'd
in
you say?
Leagues. I'd love for him to stay good the rest of the year. Having him in one of my other leagues.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm gonna go with kind of a sneaky little pick here, but I think Aaron Jones gets back to form here.
Yeah.
I like it.
He's got to
I
break
think-
out at some point.
I know he has limited touches, but I do think he has the most yards per touch in the league so far. It's like 7 or 8 yards a touch, which
It's
is
him or A-Chain. I think A-Chain.
it's no, I think he's more than A-Chain. He just has less carries and less
Right.
touches, but yeah, I mean when he's healthy, he's awesome. So anything else you want to talk about? I mean, we're going on almost an hour on day 1 of history.
History.
This is history.
Solid.
Fulltime_FF. Full-time fantasy, baby.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram and
Gotcha.
Twitter right now. We'll be coming at you with TikTok. Hopefully put up some reels of, maybe the pod, some electric clips in there. We'll
Hey,
try to
just
dig them
imagine,
out.
Imagine
Get it while we're starting. Get it while we're starting.
Yeah.
In the future, some giveaways coming. Some merch down the road.
Yeah.
Hey, imagine a few months from now, this is going to be way more high tech. These podcasts, it's going to be
Yeah, this is
just
day
the
one.
beginning right here.
Day one of many.
It was pretty
Maybe
good
Riverside cuts us a little deal. I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe we
I think,
say.
Riverside.
I think we can figure it out. I think we'll be all right. But
Well, what do you
right.
say Riverside, huh?
Maybe one day we go live.
Yeah.
maybe if we
all
get
four
it
of
Jersey.
us. All four of
Yeah.
us over a
right
cup
on,
of coffee.
NFL Network, huh?
In front of a live studio audience.
Yeah.
that would be something there, Sam. Wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Get
Say something.
some guys on the pod. Some
Yeah.
current players. When Puka's greatest receiver of all time, we'll get him on first guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, good pod, boys.
Yeah,
All
How you
right.
do it.
that wraps it up.
Go ahead, John. Wrap us up.
All right, well, that was our first podcast there. We're going to be pumping out more content all week and keep you guys posted. Make sure to
John,
follow, like
give us
Tom
the word of
said.
the day here.
Word of the day or
Word of
phrase
the
of the
day.
day? Word of the day. Optimism.
Good word. Good
Oh,
word.
Love
yeah,
it.
that was corny.
All right.
All right. See you, everybody.